in DTLA. It is a scorcher. I guess now they're officially calling it a heat wave. Although, well, this weekend it'll be a heat wave. It's still really only in the 70s or 75, but it feels like it's 80s. Actually, it might be in the 80s. I should definitely check that out. So I just wanted to start off over here. We're kind of at the middle point of where we could go. I really wish, again, the main water fountain was running. It's kind of really groovy. But I honestly haven't seen it run in a couple years. Hey, welcome Walking in LA. You're not missing out on the heat down here today. Let me do a real quick temperature check. Oh, I suppose I could look at my watch. It is 76. I am really complaining about nothing. Okay, so that's the first time I've seen a sign that said closed for repair on this. So maybe they're really gonna do something about it. But the city budget, I doubt water fountains are a priority. Although when this is on full blast, it's pretty striking. I'm probably gonna walk down into the city versus staying over here. It's a little shadier down there and a little less barren modern concrete. City Hall at the head of Gloria Molina Park. Behind us is all of the theaters, the Mark Taper. Yeah, I maybe need to just delete my temperature app because it never feels right. I could look on my watch. In fact, let me start my watch today and see what we end up with. Of course, it's doing something weird. I hate the fact that I hate, yeah, it says 82 in Little Tokyo, although I'm not quite in Little Tokyo. It's just going to get worse. There was an update to the Apple Watch maybe like 8 months ago, and after you do an activity like walking or exercising, well, walking is exercising, walking or something like that, it asks you to rate the exercise. And I always forget to rate it. And then when I go to start another walk or what have you a little while later, it ends up not starting because I'm not paying attention to it. I hate it. I hate reading the task, or reading the exercise rather. The reading's focused. We're in DTLA, across from City Hall. Kind of a lunch hour, so it's pretty lovely to be out here. Slightly bustling. Definitely not like the days when I had jury duty. Well, I had jury duty like a month ago or something, 2 months ago, 3 months ago, I can't remember. I never had to report. I just had to call. It's a pain in the ass. I'd almost rather drive down here every day or take the train down here every day. The purple trees are just really beautiful. It is a beautiful day. A little hot. Hot in the City. I think that song, Billy Idol classic, popped into my head as I was walking to the train station. I think it's just going to be a really, really hot weekend, to be honest with you. Um, Again, heat wave. So we have like I don't know, a weird weekend planned. I'm going to live stream tomorrow. Sunday is Gay Pride. Um, I had thought about live streaming from that parade, but then I don't want to get any strikes from YouTube, especially in this current political environment. Um, so I think that although I said I was going to do that, I probably will not. I'll probably take the 4K camera and put up a members only edited video of the Pride Parade where I can make sure that we don't accidentally see nothing. I'm a little bit bummed out because, I love a parade. 57 is perfect. Like, you can wear a coat. I'm like starting to sweat. I did wear uh, sunscreen today, though. I don't know if this is true. Actually, I do know that it's true. I feel like there's more opportunity for crazy stuff to happen when it gets this hot. And if it stays hot for a couple days, there's even more opportunity for crazy stuff to happen. Um, so we'll try not to test anybody's last nerve today with the camera. Or upset anyone. Try. Now, this is the grand park that leads up to City Hall, in case you couldn't tell by me walking towards it and City Hall getting closer. Just kind of a lovely monument. Perhaps our Tour d'Eiffel. Perhaps not. But I think it is one of the most famous city halls. Thank you, TV. Thank you, California tax credits of the 50s. Hey, Cariopolis. It's a super bright day down here today. Super bright, 80 something, I already forgot. I really need to get like one of those hook-on water flasks that have like a D-ring on it. I haven't found a backpack yet where the water bottle just stays in that side pocket. So I don't know why I'm really drawn to coming downtown on the hottest days, but I really do love city in the summertime. Next Friday, I'm going to go to Chinatown, and we're gonna do sort of like a punk history talk. So I've been preparing for that. I actually got that set up a little while ago, but I'm grabbing the ephemera for it right now and making sure all my facts are right. So we're going to continue to walk through the park towards City Hall, and then we're going to take a right. I feel like this is such a useful park, but I know they have events here. I've been to an event here. I just don't know that it's set up for coolness, meaning like, great that we have a green plot of land, but like, I don't want to sit there. It needs more big trees. I will look up a camelback. I also will have a really, since I'm really not carrying anything in the backpack but my gimbal case. I think I have like a baby's backpack, so it's not really made to hold anything except my gimbal case. It does have those side pockets, but even the smallest water bottle falls out of them. There's the LA Times old building. I don't really know where they moved the LA Times. I'm assuming they still print newspapers. It's crazy, like just a little while ago, not too long ago, maybe even 15 years ago, newspapers just used to be such a part of our life, and 25 years ago, even more so. Hey, hey, Manny. It's a big park. It was really crowded during those protests. That was a really unfortunate incident, too. So to the left of us, down First Street, a little bit, Little Tokyo. We are heading into kooky DTLA, though. We were just in Little Tokyo the other day. We may end up over by Little Tokyo eventually as we wander down here. So weird. Like this building is ginormous. I'm sure they were downsizing. They're probably in a strip mall now. Beep, boop, boop, boop. Someone's lunch is coming. Its name is Eva. She's a Pisces. She likes tomatoes and black-capped chickadees. I'm gonna try to walk in the shade. So welcome, welcome. Let me take a sec to say, if you are here and just watching, please like and subscribe. It helps us to go a little further, get a little more done, and it's like the algorithm loves it. It's like a hug. So please do. So next Friday we're gonna do Chinatown Punk. No mystery, just a little talking about the history. It's really fascinating. We have our real fake clue-like game of mystery coming up on June 16th for members. I've started putting out clues. We have 4. I'm gonna put another one up this weekend. I did put the page up for the oh my God, I cannot stop saying Hong Kong today. Chinatown mysteries. I do that a lot, actually, in my head. I want to call Chinatown Little Hong Kong for some reason. Hong Kong is not a city, really. So this building is just empty now. Empty and not haunted. Hey, LA. Alley, I mean. I just said it really fast. It sounds like LA. All right. I really picked the hottest streets to walk down. Let's go over to Broadway. I'll probably find some shade. A little busier and a little more interesting. Oh my gosh, the Nightbot is there. I was trying to set up the Nightbot today, and I thought I took the Nightbot off because it was more complicated, so please excuse my Nightbot. I love caps. So the really crazy thing is I also disabled the Nightbot before I left multiple times. You have to click disable and then type, I hereby disable my Nightbot. And it's supposed to disable the Nightbot, but it doesn't. So the Nightbot is still on. Forgive it if it says nasty things. And I love all caps and exclamation points, so screw the Nightbot. That's hilarious. I typed none of that stuff in there. Like that's full Nightbot. This is our AI future, by the way. I seriously disabled it. I thought I disabled it. I would disable it now, but you know, it would buffer the stream and crazy stuff like that. I hope the Nightbot doesn't start exposing all of my secret emails to blackmail me into not disabling it. Did you guys hear about that AI that started to blackmail the? I mean, they totally set it up to do that, but it started to blackmail the guy that was using it. Oh, it's so hot in this parking lot, but totally worth a good mural check. Oh my gosh. Well, it won't be on tomorrow unless it threatens me or blackmails me. Hey, there's the GABA Gallery. We went there. Speaking of GABA Gallery, I think First Thursday is coming up. We might be going here to the art walk on Thursday night if it is happening. I should have looked that up before I said something. They had some of the best, coolest art I've seen in a while there. It's frightening. I'm glad it was in a controlled environment that they did that test. Hey, Joey. Um, Nightbot is replacing a human. Um, I'm glad they like performed that test like sort of in quarantine, but like what if it figured out how to get out of that quarantine? This is really Terminator 2 without the robot body. Don't listen to Nightbot. What about member emojis? I'm gonna just stand in the shade here. Oh, we can cross. There's Grand Central Market. Definitely waddle through there today. Probably on our way back up. I truly expected the streets to be a little emptier today. Thank you so much for removing Nightbot. Please resume typing in caps. Use emojis. Oh, that bagel place smells really good. Hey, Mark. Thank you so much. Thanks for stopping by. The bagels, I feel like if I eat a bagel, I might as well just have like a double cheeseburger because it's so bad for you. And it seems like an honest, straight up breakfast, a bagel with a schmear. Quadruple eggs. That's my Patreon. I'm kidding. I'm joking. Joe told me not to joke as much because you guys wouldn't get it. So there we go. Emoji City. I didn't really need that much protection, so I wanted to set up the Nightbot um, so that, because like I don't need troll protection yet, because we mostly have almost all the same people come on this, and also I can in the moment get rid of something, but I wanted the Nightbot to mention upcoming streams. Also, whatever other weird stuff Nightbot does. Me either. And I have to say, I feel like they must hang off of buildings sometimes. There's a lot of YouTube videos, Gridley, where people are clones. Oh my gosh, looks like I'm just filming this guy working on his bicycle. There's a lot of YouTube videos where people are downtown, like scaling the Warner Brothers Theater building, which doesn't look like it has very sturdy tiles on it. Or I've seen people, this is actually before it became housing, but I'm just afraid of heights. Really, I hate being near a height edge. I don't even like, I don't even like walking up, I don't like going up an escalator where the side of it drops down like 15 floors. It just kind of gives me a pit in my stomach. I don't know what happened in my life that made me so afraid of heights. I used to only be mildly afraid of heights. I remember jumping off probably like a 14-foot high cemetery wall into a snowbank of plowed snow in the wintertime, no problem. Or jumping off a garage roof on a rope swing, no problem. Like in malls, like in the Hollywood Ovation Mall, there is an escalator that just sits out over the edge, and then you just look down, and somehow it just I think two things. I think, what's holding this escalator on? Earthquake. And then I think I could slip. I want to know what's in this mall. We walk by all the time. Should we look? Oh, an internet cafe. What's even scarier than the Empire State Building people, and I don't know if we have photos of this, but the Washington Monument, that was before electricity. Like, how many folks unalived themselves? This is like Crazy Gideon's over here. Or the workers like sitting on a board having a box lunch. Like, no way. I don't ever I feel like I have a pretty good balance for the most part. But sometimes just when I get near an edge, I feel like my legs do something. I took a walk in the Hollywood Heights. So hey there, it's a neighborhood you can only access your home by an elevator or these crazy staircases. Crazy staircases were built in like the 20s and 30s, and they just teeter over They don't really teeter, but they're kind of just like up on this hill that has like a cliff on the other side of it. I am not a thrill seeker. Uh, yeah, not that kind of thrill. I can't. I had a hard time playing Spider-Man. Do you remember when he was up on top of a building swinging down? I eventually got into it, but like Spider-Man was kind of like nauseating to me. Also, I really didn't like playing Spider-Man too much. Ooh, the Paramount. That must have been the Paramount Theater. And we hopes it opens again. It's crazy these theaters have so much, like compared to movie theaters like general cinemas or whatever we have nowadays. Um, Nowadays it's just a movie theater, right? And here it's like there's offices and look at those giant windows. Hey, Nomad. All that for a movie theater. So I never actually realized that that was the Paramount Theater before today. I love discovering new things, and I could be wrong. I could go home and look. Joe could look it up for me right now. There's a lot of honking downtown. Wow. You know, I feel like summer music is kind of on my mind lately. Just like music that reminds me of summers past. I just heard Wake Me Up Before You Go Go as we were walking by. I don't know if you heard that, but that's totally not a summer song. It reminds me of the winter. But like, what is music that reminds you of the summer? Like a summer album. For me, it's kind of Fleetwood Mac for some reason. Hey, Brave Bull, happy Friday. Oh, so happy to be on the shady side of the street. So, last Friday we did not stream, and I was down here just looking at my phone, running an errand. But like, I was just like checking an address on my phone, and some guy came over to me and told me to stop filming him. Literally, was not filming him. I hope I don't see him this week, now that I'm filming people. Oof. A little. The sounds of summer and also the smells of summer in the city. So we went to, a week or so ago, we went to this place called Paradis actually, with no E. I keep calling it Parody. They had this really awesome ice cream there that horchata, chocolate horchata, and, or no, black horchata, sorry, and chocolate. I had a swirl. So they had this really awesome soft serve there that was actually an homage to the original ice cream place. but they also had their own flavors there. And one of them, and they changed their flavors monthly, one of them was baklava. And so I actually think I'm going to get that baklava ice cream today. I feel like when I first moved here in the early 2000s, yeah, DTLA had emptied out by then. Like office space was cheap and plentiful. I remember my friend's father saying that to me. I feel like in 2010, just before, like, it also was getting kind of fun and becoming a little hip down here. I feel like every time I walk by Clifton's, it's not open. And I know that like some hipsters bought it and kind of resuscitated it and probably made it into something much cooler than it was ever meant to be. And it's never open. So I don't know how it's doing. But it would be a real shame if they ran that out of business by making it too exclusive. I miss Woolworth for sure. Woolworth was one of my favorite stores growing up, especially at Halloween. They always had the best like Halloween department. Also, when I lived in Boston, I would shop at Woolworth all the time too, while it was there. And there was also a Woolworth in downtown Brookline, which was kind of a little villagey and old-fashioned. I miss Woolworth. The first generation bargain stores, the Woolworths, the Kmarts. Sears was just a department store, I feel like. I don't remember Newberry. I've heard of Newberry, but I also might be mixing that with JJ Newberry, which I don't even know if that's a store I heard of or no. I used to go to a place called Newbury Comics on Newbury Street in Boston. I hate this heat so much also. That's why I'm walking on the shady side of the street. I'm glad I didn't wear jeans or like a button-up shirt. It's also, like I was in the valley yesterday, which is also 10 degrees hotter. I think this is hot. Is Newbury Comics not there anymore? I used to live for riding my skateboard up and down Newbury Street, going to Newbury Comics, Alston Beat, the clothing store, then Tower Records. What I love is the way they redid this Tower Theater. Like they really paid homage to the original design of the building and the original use of the building. I heard maybe the architect on NPR talking about it, and it was just fascinating. I love NPR. I'm gonna say it. You can thumbs down this video if you want. There are some really amazing buildings that were abandoned down here or torn down, for that matter, for, I guess, just the fact that architecture had changed. I talk about the Richfield building all the time, which was not built to be a beautiful artistic building. It was built because the guy wanted to put an antenna on top of the building for his Richfield radio network that could lead you to Richfield gas stations. And when they were done with it, they just tore it down. It was a gorgeous building. You can see old pictures of it. and the doors ended up on another building because they were so Art Deco fabulous. Hey Brandon, hey LOL. Welcome, welcome. Happy hot, hot Friday. I'm gonna walk on the shady side of the street. I literally just bit my tongue slightly. That's all right. I'm gonna have ice cream, hopefully. Like, so this was also a department store. Like, was it every floor had something or offices? Just amazing. Now it's a residence. Like, um, let's take a look at the top. We look at this all the time, right? I think he bought, Johnny Depp had both of the penthouses in this building. It's beautiful. I love also the Bendix sign or the Bendix antenna. Which that's over in like Santee Alley area. There's a lot of buildings down here that look like just old kind of New York. I've made this joke so many times I don't think it's probably new or funny to people who have been here before, but I can't remember the comedian, John Mulaney, something Irish, right? It's like LA, downtown LA is where 1980s New York, 1970s New York went to unalive. Sorry. Happy Friday, Mary. We are burning some calories, sweating it out down here, fixing to get some handmade ice cream. But I need to work through it first. I did set my mileage today, or my mileage. I did start my watch today. 1.5 miles so far. United Artists Theater. United Artists was started by Charlie Chaplin, Mary Pickford, Douglas Fairbanks. Sorry, I'm trying to get the gimbal to not wonk out. This is also the Ace Hotel for a while. Really cool building. Really cool hotel rooms also. I think now it's just like apartments, furnished apartments. So before COVID, this area was, hey, Jules is on delivery. This area was really starting to take off. It's just the attention to detail that I love modern. I say this all the time, but there's a real attention to detail on that orange bus that you don't get nowadays, joking, on that building. I watched a YouTube video on burgers in Los Angeles a long time ago, and this Master Burger, not this location, but is one of the best burger places in Los Angeles, according to the guys that were rating. They didn't rate anything terribly. They were rating them on different things, and this got really high ratings, I remember. The location they went to was, I think, over in like Compton. I could be wrong. or no, or Adams maybe. I feel like not eating a burger today. Well, at least now. Give me a couple hours. The best burger is In-N-Out. I like In-N-Out. I don't know that it's the best burger. So I like In-N-Out. I like an In-N-Out burger. I like going there and getting it and eating it immediately. What my problem with In-N-Out is, it needs to be great burger and great fries. Their fries are fresh, the way they make them, and that's really great if you eat them hot. They just cut the potatoes. In order to make a really smart potato or smart French fry, the best thing to do is cut it, bake it for a little bit so you can dry it out, and then you deep fry it. If you do it that way, you get rid of a lot of the moisture, and so they tend to stay tasty for a lot longer. I feel like In-N-Out French fries after like 1 minute are eating tater sticks, but the burgers are good. Hello, Dominescal. Happy Friday. I won't turn In-N-Out burger away, but I will never wait in a line or wait in a car line for it. The one near our house, which is behind the Roosevelt Hotel, or near our apartment, which is by the Roosevelt Hotel, I've walked in before, and that works out okay. Um, it's kind of I am a French fry guru. I used to cut and make French fries and onion rings for a living when I was like 19. I grew up in a kitchen. My father was a chef, although not a fancy one. Obviously, I was cutting fries and dipping onion rings and wrapping baked potatoes, shiny side in. I love this building. I feel like they really, really, really did a lovely job with it. 90%. I don't like the arch windows at the bottom. I hate unopenable windows like that. I don't know. They were probably always there, but maybe a more useful window. But what a cool building. Another homage to a newspaper that isn't here anymore. Cool. We don't usually go down this far, but we are going to walk to, we're on 12th. I think we're going to take our next left. I think I've lost all the shade on this side, so we're going to wrap around. I'm glad people redo that. There are a number of buildings in Hollywood that I would just love to see somebody, like Hollywood proper, downtown area, that I would just love to see somebody redo. Mainly the building at Hollywood and Highland, you know, the bank that was built in 1921, except I don't think there's any hope for that building because it's earthquake damage and years of water damage from when they built the subway. Also, the Pacific Theater, the Warner Brothers Theater, that's also vacant for a ton of time, I think, as long as I've lived there. Also, water damage and water damage, earthquake damage. So I don't think it's a building that is safe, maybe. I remember when I first moved here, though, there was a restaurant on the corner forever called Kung Pao Kitty. I think the sign might still be there. Also, like, you know, everyone's out to make money. You're not just going to buy an abandoned building because you kind of love it. You're going to buy it and refurbish it because you love it and you can do something with it. I don't know how suitable or how damaged those two buildings are. And I think, honestly, the one at Hollywood and Highland, it is part of the skyline. Um, I think it would be really a bummer to see that building go away. So we're on Main. We usually don't come from this end when we take Main. But hey, first time for everything. So the Cinerama Dome is a big bummer for me. Like, what a magical spot, right? They built that giant theater dome for movies, a type of film they only use for like 1 year. But I loved going there. I saw so many movies there. Anytime I think about, I think I mentioned this before, anytime I think about, oh, I should go to a movie, like when I think of the theater, that's the one that pops into my head. I think I'm gonna dip through this parking lot to get back into the shade and look a little more at this building. Remind me not to trip on that chain over there. Oof. The Cinerama Dome not only was a cool structure, but whoever programmed it or got the movies there was brilliant. I saw the whole Cremaster series there. Which was insane. I think I think COVID hurt a lot of stuff, including people. I talk about this sometimes too, but just we missed a couple of years of communicating, and I think even though we've been doing it for a couple of years, if you were developing your communication skills in that time and you're now 20 or 21 or 22, you might struggle a little more. Also, the reliance on internet. I don't want to go down that rabbit hole. I think COVID really just broke up communities too. Whew. Also, the more you can get on the internet, the less we want to leave our houses for. And I'm not saying there's anything bad about that, because I'm on the internet when I'm not live streaming. Okay, if it's shady up here, we're gonna take a right. We just walked down Broadway. Always nice to see it once more. It's it's kind of weird, so I'm just gonna blab for a second. I haven't bought any clothes this year except for products from my own website. And that was a definite, like, I love buying clothes. Even though I wear the same thing over and over again. I like having new, the same thing. So I didn't get any new shorts last summer. I'm wearing the shorts from the summer before. This summer, TBD, but I have so many clothes I don't wear, or I've worn once. Um, I can't do that anymore. Not just because it costs money, but like, my apartment, my closet is huge and it's jam packed. I'm not a Kardashian. Ooh, hummus and falafel. I love falafel. I don't like to cook it though because it really makes your apartment smell. I had neighbors that made falafel all the time. They lived under me, and the hallways were carpeted. In New Hampshire, it's really weird. And worst part of it was like the carpet just holds that smell. So on days when they didn't cook falafel, it still smelled like falafel carpet. I need to move, is what I need to do. I need more than a closet. Since we're now pretty much both working from home, like I feel like we each need a little more space to do things in. So sometimes Joe is works in the living room, and I'm working on the couch right in front of him. And I don't know, I don't think it's conducive to getting stuff done because I talk constantly and interrupt him. That robot, I think its name is Julian. It's got someone's lunch in its belly. It's Jules, not Julian. So Jules is on a delivery. It's like a Uber Eats. I thought it was blinking at me in a robot sexy way. I've got lunch for you. Kind of was blinking that in Morse code. You know, they are kind of creepy, but they're more considerate than most people walking down the street. They never give me a flat tire. Also, I keep reading articles. You know, we love a Waymo here. I keep reading articles about how Santa Monica is so outraged about the noises from and the light pollution from the Waymo hives. I kind of love Waymo. That Jesus Save sign has really interesting history also. We can get into that sometime. There's like a mission over there. I would be excited to live near Waymo's because it would be the safest street. Like you wouldn't have to worry about the traffic hitting you. Like your kids could play in the middle of the street with the Waymo's, I think. We're on 5th. I know the ice cream shop is on 7th, I think, or 6th in Spring. I'm still not. Somebody get the internet. I was watching something on AI this morning, or maybe it was last night, and they're talking about how AI is going to come for your jobs and da 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 da, which may or may not be true. I mean, whatever. It is probably going to. But they were saying like in 10 or 15 years, you're not going to know that they came for your jobs because people are not going to want to be whatever it is that we are losing right now. And I think Sam Altman compared it to being a lamplighter. Like, nobody wants to be a lamplighter. I prefer Waymo. I prefer Waymo to an Uber. We took an Uber. I can't remember where, but I honestly, it was the morning. Oh, it was Memorial Day. We took an Uber to go get my car, and everybody parties on Memorial Day weekend. Everybody parties on Saturday and Sunday, right? Nobody really parties on Monday. It's like family barbecue, couple beers kind of day. So you know that that Uber driver seemed like he was like working since 10 o'clock the night before, like falling asleep on his way driving downtown a couple times. I heard the car beep, like, you're falling asleep, you know that beep. I do love Waymo. There's a lot of Waymo commercials if you have Hulu with commercials. My favorite one is the grandma who can be independent with Waymo. I wish that when I lived in Boston, there were scooters and bikes you could rent. That would be pretty cool. And Waymos and Ubers. Taxis are so expensive. That's another job that's kind of going away. And those taxi medallions, those are really expensive. I remember a couple years ago, every couple weeks in my newsfeed, there would be a story about a taxi driver who spent whatever, $18,000 on medallion, and now thanks to Uber, he can't make the money back that they would use to normally pay for those medallions. Hey BD, happy Friday. I'm sorry if I missed anybody. Welcome, welcome. I want to take a second. BD reminds me to thank my members. Doot, 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 doot. There we go. Thanks to all of our members for your support. I will be doing a members video this week on Tuesday. I'm not sure if I'm going to a museum again for that members thing. I really want to go to the Ripley's, believe it or not, auditorium. Um, I am doing the tour this month though, for sure. I love nothing more than a building you can peek inside like this. You can't, but I can. Creepers, what is this? Teroni. Okay, we're on Spring Street. Oh, we got 12 seconds to cross. We went outside of the Natural History Museum. I think this month though, I'm gonna do weird museums in Hollywood that I've always wanted to go to, and I think that have kind of fun, high kitsch value. So we went to the Hollywood Wax Museum this week, not to be confused with Madame Tussauds, which was like a dream come true for me. Is Nightbot back? I thought we turned the Nightbot off. We had a Nightbot earlier. I figured I would, I think I signed up for Nightbot a while ago, but I never put it into action. So this morning I was attempting to set up the Nightbot to mention some things, or I was just gonna test it out. And then I was like, oh, this is too much to learn in a couple hours before I go on. So I disabled it. And it made you type in this, I hereby disable Nightbot, some kind of sentence. And I typed that in, I hit disable, and the Nightbot revolted. So please ignore the Nightbot. It is about, it was like 82 earlier. It is probably, feels like it's like 90-ish now. So it's getting a little closer. We're going to be going to the, we're going to be going to the beach.
Yves Saint Laurent.
We're going to be going to the beach once a week this month in June. I'd like to, of course, go back to Venice and maybe a couple of beaches that we haven't gone to. Oh. I hopefully will finish podcasts or my Patreon doohickey thing and be able to finish that and put that up this month. He did say Yves Saint Laurent with a lovely accent. Woo! All right, we can walk. So we're at 7th. I'm gonna take a left. I think Paradis is right over there. I think it's still too early. I wanna do that a little bit later. In fact, that's where it is. I can't believe how good my memory was. Do you love Yves Saint Laurent? You know, I remember they used to have an Yves Saint Laurent in Copley Place, and it was still, this is the 80s, right? So it was still kind of outrageous fashion then, like not celebrities, not ba 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 ba. And I remember they had some kind of outfit in the window that looked like a Toulouse-Lautrec clown. And I thought, this is awesome. It's kind of a, I don't know why we can't get up that early. I'm waking up about 7 instead of 6 or 5:30. I used to wake up pretty early. I don't stay up as late as Joe though. That's for sure. I don't use an alarm. I do, but I usually wake up before the alarm. I'm a puppy on a leash. That kind of scares me. I don't know if Joe is a night owl. I mean, I think I used to be a night owl. I think Joe is somewhat of a night owl, maybe more night owl than me at this point. A couple of years ago, like maybe 10 years ago, I took a year off work. I called it fake retiring. And I literally just went to bed at 9 or 10 and would wake up when my body woke up. And ever since doing that, Like, I just wake up early, naturally. I also spent a good portion of my life running late for things. Sorry. Turn your TV down. Running late for things, being anxiety ridden the whole way somewhere because I was running late. And then all of a sudden, I'm on time. A hookah and cigar lounge. That's pretty prestigious looking building for a hookah and cigar lounge. Let's see, Spring Arcade building. The exotic shop is closed. I wonder what that means though. Like, is it a erotic shop? Is it? I think the only time I've ever seen exotic shop written somewhere it was like a car shop, like European exotics. Really, that arcade is so gorgeous now. So there's another mall on Broadway that looks like it was probably full of swap meet stuff at one time also, and now it's just got a couple. There were these really weird buildings when I first moved here all over Los Angeles that it was like inside was a swap meet. There was a building on Vermont and Santa Monica that was a swap meet. It's torn down now, and I think it's an apartment building with a name on it. But it was the first woman-run movie studio. I cannot remember the woman's name because we kind of have forgotten about her, but she was a woman producer in the 20s and 30s dealing with actual topics that were not in the Marvel universe. What do you mean by arcades? Like, do you mean like video game arcades or movie arcades? Because I think the movie arcades are probably few and far between. But we live near a video arcade that has vintage video games and how's it going? Vintage video games and like Pac-Man, Ms. Pac-Man. You know what my game skills are. Galaga, Centipede. That's what I figured you meant. We have one near us, and there are a couple bars that have like that theme. I think we walked by one in North Hollywood yesterday that had a really great mural. That's a pink car. I wonder if that was for the Barbie movie. That's what I think anytime I see somebody's pink car. There's a lady in my neighborhood what has I'm not sure if it's a Bronco. It's not a Bronco. It's an older SUV. A Ford Bronco, let's say. It's not a Bronco though, because I don't think they were making those. Anyway, it's like the wrong color pink, and then she has a decal on her back window that says Barbie. It's almost like a purplish color. Okay, we're gonna not look over there. Hot puppy. Whoa. Well, we've walked by here before. Glass tiles on the sidewalk. That means there's a tunnel underneath us. We have one on Vermont Avenue. It's pretty cool, I have to say. I wonder if I can find a picture of it. We're not really great at doing this live picture looking, but let me see. Hopefully I didn't conk out. But I love it. You pay 24 bucks or something like that. Let me get in the shade. I'm starting to sweat. 24 bucks or something like that. And you get to play all the video games you want on Tuesdays. It's super cheap. I think it's like half price or something. So somewhere in here. Let's see. Okay. Now give me 1 second, and those will probably upload, and I can show them to you. So they have retro pool pinball games, which I love. Oop. Let me get rid of that. Let's see what else they have that I can show you. Family arcade. Of course, my fave. Pac-Man. I didn't upload a picture of the outside of the building, but the outside of the building is like totally 80s. Like tile, it looks like something from Stranger Things. Let's see. They have about 10 or 20 different pinballs. Everything from Led Zeppelin to the Beatles to Elvira, which you knew I played. I meant to post those pictures a while ago. I think I might have talked about it. Anyway, it's a really cool place. I used to live a lot closer to it, and this is back in the days before it was like a one price plays all. And the most awesome thing about it was I could bring some bucks there, get some quarters to do my laundry, which was really what I was going there for, play a little Ms. Pac-Man, and we had an arcade a couple blocks from my house growing up. It was called the Space Center. I really developed some sort of gambling problem playing video games when I was a kid. Like, I would do anything to get to that Space Center and spend all my money on video games. Looking back at it, it was clearly like kind of an addictive thing, playing that game all the time and just jonesing for it when it wasn't around. I got a paper route just so I could support my Ms. Pac-Man habit. You sound like you had a really fun arcade in your hometown, Joe, like one of those old-fashioned kind of arcades, you know, with a gypsy fortune teller, penny arcade. We had a penny arcade, although it wasn't a penny, at like, you know, like the one at the Santa Monica Pier. We had a penny arcade like that at Hampton Beach. I'm gonna walk through the Broadway Spring Center, which we never do, through to the other side, and back in the direction of ice cream. Maybe we're gonna check out, see what's happening on the Angels flight. I do have a loose dollar bill. Maybe I should push this stupid button. I literally could have run across the street. I always wanted one of those. You know how you would sometimes go to a pizza parlor and they would have a sit down game that was like a table and the joysticks were under the glass? I always wanted a table like Ms. Pac-Man or Galaga or Space Invaders game for my house as maybe a kitchen table. It really sounds horrible now that it's coming out of my mouth in front of other people, but I thought that would be a clever idea. We're in the Wall Street of the West. Oh my God. Pizza Hut growing up for me was a restaurant that you would go into and sit down. What a cool thing. Let's read about in Revera's Grandma Mason, 1900 to 1890. Spring Street, 4th and 7th is the financial center of Los Angeles, city of 50,000, including 1,258 blacks in 1890. Robert and Henry Owens, Biddy's grandson, started a livery stable here on part of her homestead when Los Angeles is booming in 1885. Biddy nurses the sick, comforts prisoners, and pays a grocery at 4th and Spring to feed families made homeless by seasonal floods. She owns land. $150 to buy this homestead, lots 3 and 8, block 7 of the Ord survey, a bit out of town amid gardens and groves. She wins freedom in court. So she transported slaves to California, a free state where Judge Hayes declares Biddy Mason's family entitled to freedom and free forever in 1856. She walks to California behind a wagon train. The United States sends Lieutenant Ord to survey Los Angeles, and he names the street Calle Primavera after his sweetheart in 1849. She leads midwifery. The Plaza Church is dedicated in Los Angeles, now part of the newly independent Mexican nation. Biddy Mason is born as a slave. We just went back in time. So I've never seen what we're looking at before. It's part of like getting hidden and discovery. I have heard the name before. I just didn't know why. So can you imagine what this was like when it just had orchard? And for $250 that she saved up, she was able to buy a block with 2 plots. Kind of cool. Hidden history. Hidden history with some shade. So that is the wall behind the macaroni grill. I was hoping that the building that it would be around was going to be like her original, but it would be like a wood house. It wouldn't exist down here anymore. Let's walk through Grand Central Market. It's cool. I'm not eating here though. I'm holding out for baklava ice cream. Yeah. Like I can't stop thinking about the baklava ice cream from like a week or so ago. I could eat like the whole thing of baklava. I love crispy, sticky phyllo dough. I'm hoping that this ice cream has some bits in it of the phyllo dough or nuts. They do have ice cream here. It's McConnell's, which is in Santa Barbara, I think. Ooh, I could just sit outside with that watermelon slice if it was cold. Oh, I thought that said Slush Rush, where they just sold slushes. That would be pretty cool. This would have been a good day to get empanadas. No one is at the empanada counter. You know, I have to say, the first time I heard Egg Slut, I was kind of like, oh, here's another robot. This one's name is Brittany. No, it's Logan. Logan's on delivery, guys. Sorry. Egg Slut is so good. I'm not sure what it's called, but they have like almost eggs en cocotte. So it's you get a jar with like a poached egg in it and some giant slices of bread, or not giant slices of bread, but some bread, and it's so good. I love you all so much, and I think it would be so much fun to ride this Angels flight, but it is crowded, and I cannot stand touching people. So we'll cross the street, or we'll stay on this side of the street and continue our walk. Looks like, remind us to check up on this really cool mural next time. That looks pretty photorealistic. Me too. I thought like people would be like up in arms about it. But you know, sex sells, even when it's eggs. It's such a beautiful day. I really feel like we should take a walk through shady Pershing Square. No, me either. I just don't like bumping people and feeling their body heat. I also, oh my God, I don't like to be able to smell people's fabric softener or detergent. Um, it's really weird. I feel like, and I used to love a little spritz of cologne when I was younger, definitely younger, but I feel like now every time I smell cologne, I'm wondering what it's covering up. And I feel the same way about, like, if you smell somebody's Bounce or Gain, like a really strong detergent, it's kind of gross on a hot summer day such as today. So we're gonna walk through Pershing Square. There is a sandwich shop that we walked by one time that has not been open. It's like the Dutch Crunch sandwich shop. We're definitely not going today because I'm eating ice cream and I had a crunchy pita pocket before I left home. And I've got a nice salad waiting for me. Oh, BO and bad breath. Bad breath is an easy fix for the most part. BO, I'm not really bothered by it, depending on the kind of BO. Like if it's just somebody's armpits. Oh God, this is a gross conversation. Sorry, I couldn't help it. Like I'm not, like I don't have deodorant on. I haven't worn deodorant in 5 days. I don't. I'm sure I don't smell like a rose garden. Natural. I'm a California natural. I realize, Mary, that I snack so much or eat so much bad stuff on these streams when we go out to eat. Not bad stuff, but unhealthy stuff. We really try to eat healthy most of the time. So we had usually having a salad or like a bowl. We eat a lot of bowls. I love bowls. A scoop of rice, a scoop of cabbage, some protein, sweet potatoes. Actually, I like bulgur wheat more than rice. Well, it's summertime right now. Like we need to be able to wear as little stuff as possible. As, that sounded weird, but like I slowly have lost probably like 7 to 10 pounds over the last couple of months just from walking, or upping my walk since starting the stream. So I can't afford to eat a little bit unhealthy sometimes. So you're on lunch break. You're working at One Wilshire. Just need to get out of the office and sit in some shade. Come down to Pershing Square and sunburn. Is ridiculous, this park. I want the 1940s Pershing Square back. Trees, a water fountain. That park is almost like the park in front of City Hall. It's useful for an event, but just for getting some, I don't know, tree love and shade. It's no bueno. The vitamin D, I can't believe how much living in more vitamin D has changed my life, and that really came out funny, but like you just get so much vitamin D in California, especially where I live because we're closer to the equator. It's sunny all the time. It really is a mood enhancer, I've got to say. Or it just burns things out of your brain, the sun. I'm not sure which. So is the sandwich shop open yet or not? The ice cream shop was not open the other day, by the way. Went down, we went down to Hollywood Boulevard. I think I was without Joe. I think that might have been Sunday. Jam-packed crowds. No ice cream shop open. Where is the sandwich shop? Now I can't remember. It's like an old-timey looking painted window sandwich shop. It just looks like someone, it's from the 50s or 60s. Like the sole purpose of tearing up that park was to put parking underneath it. And it just looks like somebody's idea of a modern park in like the 70s. It's got that giant sculpture that you can kind of see with the big pink ball in the top, and then to accessorize, it has like pink balls and pink posts on the ground. It's just, it's weird. We gotta follow this guy here. He is delivering something we all need. With a gun. There's been another like tool jewelry store robbery in LA. I think one was in Glendale and the other one was in somewhere in the other side of the hill. I feel like Calabasas, but I don't think so. Why do they have that sign for the theater over there? It clearly was never an entrance for the theater. Maybe it was an entrance for parking garage at one time or something like that. It, well, gold prices are crazy. I used to always buy silver. I can't remember what the name of the silver thing that I bought, and it did really, really well. Not silver, the material, but a silver bond or some type of thing. It was like a slow and steady. Whoops. Bear with. Oh my gosh. Bear with for. Hopefully that works. I really let the battery go on this thing. Person standing outside. Please stand by. That's awesome. Hang tight. Yep, battery check. There we go. I think because it's a little hotter, it's never like got that low that fast. I think because it's a little hotter today, might be working a little harder. It does feel a little warm. The gimbally part. Oh, for fuck's sake. And now my battery pack just fell out and almost yanked the whole thing down. Sorry. Little F-bomb Friday. Sorry about that. And hold on, please. Hi. Hold on, I'm turning it back on. Oof. Okay. I did. I'm sorry I said the F word. When the battery came out and fell on my toe, it was scary. I thought someone were pickpocketing me. I'm joking. I never thought anybody was pickpocketing me. So I think that sandwich shop. Woo! That sandwich shop is probably in the other direction. So we'll probably walk back by on the way to the way out of here. So I thought a little bit before I came down here about maybe going to the mochi place again to try that out. But I really, honestly, I cannot stop thinking about the baklava ice cream. I did not call to see if they still had it because I'm not that crazy, or am I? But I'm really hoping they have it. If not, I should probably get one of their handmade flavors versus getting like the horchata, black horchata soft serve. But I have to tell you, I haven't been able to stop thinking about that either. The gimbal just stayed up too late last night. The gimbal can't take the heat. Last summer, when I was only doing those 4K videos, the 4K camera would get really hot and then just shut off. Fortunately, they weren't live streamed, so I could just go sit in the shade for a second, let it cool off, and start it up again. It was weird, and I don't know where or what was happening with that guy in there. If he was just busy, I came at the wrong moment. It was just weird. I am gonna eventually try to go back there again, because, maybe just that one time. All right. So, there's our ice cream spot. It is hot down here, so we know it's probably going to be full. I'm definitely taking my ice cream to go. This way I don't have to override some kooky Katy Perry song. Actually, he didn't play that kind of music. It was kind of good. So there's one of these in Orange County, and it's a company from Denmark. So Orange County in this weird spot in DTLA, which has some ice cream historical significance, hence the reason why they serve the only location that serves the soft serve. Hey, Matilda. All right. Not too many people in there. Looks like there are 3 people in there. I will put a scoop of ice cream in my pocket for Joe. It might be a shake by the time I get home. What am I missing out on here? Red light, walk sign. All right. Baklava, baklava. Although they had like a bunch of other flavors I kind of want to try, but baklava is what we're looking at. Excuse me. Still have baklava. And then something called Chef's Favorite. Coconut chip. No, or Dubai chocolate. I wonder how it works. I could get 2 flavors. Or add a scoop for 3. I'm not getting $10 worth of ice cream though. Hey, LA. Sorry, I'm trying to give the people in front of us a little space. So, choices. Baklava. I'm kind of intrigued by Dubai chocolate. There used to be, Friendlies used to have a banana split ice cream, which I absolutely hated, so not too into that. I should get 2 flavors though. Baklava, and I'm gonna try the Dubai chocolate. I'm waiting in line. Hey, Jamie. Fortunately, the line isn't so bad. They're handmade. I'm positive that they're gonna be really good. And there's some more flavors here. I think this is just a repeat. Oh, I kind of watched MASH because it was always on. But it was a TV show when I was a little kid that whenever would hear that theme song, I would change the channel. Hey, no worries. This is the best spot to stand because you get the cool outside breeze. Loretta Swit was Hot Lips Houlihan on the TV show. Not in the movie, though. I wonder what the chef's favorite flavor is. I feel like MASH was a little too adult for me. What kind of... I wonder... I kind of feel like I should get it in a cone versus a waffle cone. I'm gonna go whole hog. You know, he is the only one working. Every time I've come in here, which is only once before, there's usually a little bit of line. And you saw this guy last time. Good spirit. Good guys. Unfazed. I'm getting a cone because that way I can eat and hold it versus like having to spoon it out. That way I can keep walking down the street with an ice cream. Very, very not Fox News. Men should not eat ice cream in public, according to Jesse Waters. Also, you should not use a straw, according to Jesse. Right, that's the easy way to do it. Gimbal in one hand, cone in the other. I don't know how I would do the cup. Last week I just ate at the counter. I love a straw. Don't get me wrong. I feel like things just taste better with a straw. Oh God. Unfortunately, the guys in front of us are getting some kind of insane shake, I think. I will get some napkins. We don't use straws at home, but I really love a Diet Coke with a straw. Hello, Mark. We're at the ice cream shop, waiting for our turn at the handmade ice cream. Waffle cone seems to be the choice. No, I don't mind you asking at all. I love this ice cream shop. They've got some really crazy ass ice cream. So I come down here every Friday. I live stream about 4 times a week, and in the summertime I get ice cream. If you've not tried it, they're black horchata and chocolate. So good. Okay. I'm gonna try baklava today. Right on. All right. Right on. Take care. Cool. Thanks for asking. Yeah, that's cool that you're doing that out the love. Thank you. Well, you know what? That does something for me inside, so I appreciate that. You know, LA's not so shitty. Oh. LA's not so bad, and there are a lot of people that are online saying a lot of bad stuff about it, so I like to represent the city in a positive way. You did that. Right? Take care. Thank you. This guy is really great about not being angry that I'm holding my camera. I did. I worked at I forgot about that. I worked at a place called Weeks. It was like a chain, like a Friendly or something like that. It was also a grill, but it was a dairy, so they made their own ice cream. And they had frozen yogurt too. I'm really tempted to get the Peruvian chocolate or the vanilla bean, but I think I keep seeing stuff about the Dubai chocolate, so I'm gonna try that and the baklava. The baklava, I worked there for a summer. I was a waiter a couple times in my life. I don't really love it. I did like free ice cream and boundless free soft drinks that I would get. Waiting tables is always a weird thing. I would imagine it's especially harder nowadays. Those people are so weird. Anyway, caramel swirl. I wish he was too. That's why I have to get 2 flavors. I think that Joe would probably get s'mores and taro. I kind of want taro. I don't want to get samples because I don't like the little spoons, throwing out the little spoons. All right, so that's good. So the Dubai chocolate looks like a pistachio butter base, chunks of chocolate and shredded phyllo dough, so double phyllo dough. And then the baklava is made with milk, caramel swirl pistachio pieces, and baked phyllo dough. I think that's what I'll do. 2 scoops. All right, I'm doing great. Don't worry about it. Can I get a double, I guess? I want the Dubai chocolate. Is that like a pistachio morse?
Now, the only flavor on the menu that we can only sell it in a small cup is the Dubai chocolate.
Okay.
Due to the high cost of it.
We'll skip it then. No, because I really want. I'll have a little sample of it, sure, but I really want the baklava. That's what I came for.
Last time you got the bottle, right?
No, last time I got that, you told me the baklava would be gone by the end of the month, so because you changed the ice creams down, so.
They change the menu every month, so I'm not sure. Hopefully
No,
it'll stay.
that's good for me.
How do you like the white chocolate? It has pistachio, chocolate, and
I love it. But the baklava is really light. Could I get I guess I'll just get one baklava scoop, and then what is the chef's favorite?
this is lavender blueberry. Would you like to try it?
No, I'll get, it doesn't sound like it would mix that great with that. I'll get vanilla bean.
You want to try vanilla bean?
I know it's going to be good.
We're doing the double, right?
Yep, please. And can I get it in a cone? Waffle cone. I'll do that. All right. They do have a lot of great flavors. I was going to get the Dubai chocolate. I really want a large ice cream because I'm a large guy.
Do you have a preference of which one goes first in the top?
No, not at all. So you could surprise me. They have one in Orange County also, and Denmark. Oh, maybe this is the first part of Denmark getting California. It's putting shops here. I love vanilla bean. I know it's plain, old-fashioned. I'm gonna steal some ice cream napkins right now. Yeah. Yeah, I think the first spot opened in Denmark. It is a big cone.
I saw it after you left. I couldn't find you. You're welcome. Have a good day. We went with all that.
Oh, sure.
So that way you're able to. It's gonna be $10. You can go ahead and tap answer.
Okay.
Would you like a receipt?
I'll get one in my doohickey. Yeah, sure. I don't know whose phone number that is. I have never adapted to a touchpad. Thank you so much. We'll see you in a couple weeks. Take care. I put some in my pocket already. Thank you so much. No worries. Happy to wait. Happy to get a chance to look at everything. So I'm starting off with vanilla bean. Simple ice cream. I don't know. I'm gonna just repeat how kind that man is because I just witnessed something that you may not have seen off camera. The vanilla bean is so pure and good. A woman left her credit card on the counter and somebody tried to use it, or somebody did something with it. There were like 4 people in there, and then he took it, and the lady came back in to get it. I'm not sure because I wasn't paying attention. I don't think anything bad happened. But the lady came in, and he had it behind. That's why he ran out of the store. He had it behind the counter for her. She came in, and she cried because he actually had it for her. That happened to me in 7-Eleven. I went to buy something a couple days ago and I took all of the contents out of my wallet out. To grab like cash or credit card or whatever. And vanilla ice cream. He's a solid guy. We should call corporate and let them know. I hope he owns it. Anyway, I was really trying to steer us away from it, but she was crying tears of joy. So when I left my wallet in 7-Eleven, I crossed the street and I came back and the guy told me a homeless man stole it. There was no homeless man in the store, nor had there been a homeless man or anybody else in the store. Well, there was a homeless man in the store before me, since I left, because I literally just crossed the street. Right? Oh my God, I just tried to, you know that my lips are covered with ice cream. Thankfully it's vanilla, so I don't look like a 4-year-old. Now the microphone fell off because I hit it. It fell into the ice cream. It fell onto the ground. I can't believe I lost one of these microphones. I want to get a Waymo sponsor. They've got some money. Oh. So, I'm really desperately trying to get to the baklava ice cream. I'm glad he put the vanilla on the top because I feel like no, I got the microphone. I lost a microphone in January. I put it on my strap instead of my hat. That was before I was hatting them. And it fell off, and I kept walking. And then somebody let me know the sound was bad. And thankfully, I had a second microphone. Which is the one I'm using today. I lost it by City Hall on the day, it was a rainy day, sort of, and there was a protest. The weirder thing about that, though, is that not only did it fall off the strap, but I was using a lapel mic. So there was a wire going up into my shirt, and there was a little like pom-pom mic on my shirt collar, and then the microphone was like clipped to the, I guess a fanny pack, my cross body bag. The crazy thing about these microphones is they're from China, obviously. It's a company made called DJI. They also make drones, which are constantly on the verge of being banned. So with the tariffs, I was really, whoa, it's kind of cooler. Deep house. I'm sure I can't go in there with an ice cream cone. For 1 week, the microphone, when they were talking tariffs, went up to like $129. It's now $99. I think it was maybe $89 before all this stuff happened. But thank goodness for tacos. If you know what I mean, you know what I mean. That was the lady that got her card back. She doesn't look as happy. I don't think you can use drones in the city. And I like the idea of a drone, to be honest with you. I just think I would smash it into something. I can't stop it. Did you? We don't really like to talk too much about political stuff, but when the reporter asked him if he had heard of that, and he said, like, check out, like he'd never heard of the expression chicken out before. And he gets so mad and indignant, it's embarrassing. I almost just dropped shell, not taco shell though. Okay, I got down to the baklava. I definitely recommend, as far as ice cream cuisine goes, eating the more temperate flavor first. So the second flavor is like a burst into your mouth, and it is really good. It was for sure a risky question to ask knowing his temperament. Like, you're asking him a question that talks about an insult. So it was a risky question to ask. Good for them. I'm not really sure who asked it. A woman from ABC, probably. He really does. Poor CNN. Failing CNN. I gotta tell you, it's really easy to get overwhelmed by politics because there's so much stuff on all the time. My entire YouTube news feed is he did what, Elon did what, president does what. Oh my gosh. The last bite of ice cream just fell out of my cone on the street. I'm glad that ice cream was made here and I didn't have to pay more for it. Unlike my microphone that I'll buy for Joseph one day. Whew. I just thought that said the Satan restaurant. What do they serve? That was the bite I was bringing home for Joe. We almost just bumped into each other. Woo. Why is the bus so hot, man? Fun stuff. Hot time in the city. I love it. Look how coordinated she is. It's a fit, as the kids say. Maybe I should have gotten one of those, they had like a ice cream club card where you get a punch and a punch and a punch and maybe a free ice cream. So he explained to me, whew, the Dubai ice cream, they could only serve in a small cup because the ingredients were so expensive. I don't know if you've seen that Dubai chocolate stuff on TikTok or YouTube via TikTok, I think. It kind of looks like a gross mess of chocolate bar, but also yummy. There's the big pink ball. I hope you can see it. It's like a crazy chocolate that is filled with pistachio butter, phyllo dough, and I feel like edible gold. Maybe I'm wrong about the edible gold. It was a small for $8.50. I don't need to eat gold that much. If Joe came with me, we could have gotten one of those. This is Park Central. This building is right across from Pershing Square. Pershing Square used to be named Central Park before World War I. I'm gonna cross the street here. We're gonna go up a block and then down a block. So they named Pershing Square after World War I. Like a week after World War I, they renamed this after General Pershing. I don't know why I say Pershing. I think that's a new thing. It might be Pershing. There's a lot of history to Pershing Square. I think I've talked about it before. I saw the subway this morning had a wrap on it, like an advertisement that said Los Angeles celebrating 75 years of pride. And I thought, 75 years ago, you could go to jail for being gay in Los Angeles. 75 years ago, you were considered a pervert in Los Angeles. 60 years ago, you could go to jail for being gay in Los Angeles. 60 years ago, you were considered a pervert in Los Angeles. It was probably like 1970 when Los Angeles started celebrating Pride with the first gay pride parade in Hollywood, of all places. So I find nothing before that point where Los Angeles is celebrating anything but the movie industry. I love the movie industry, don't get me wrong. But 75 years of Pride, 9. So the library, Pershing Square, and another stop used to be like downtown, like on the gay sort of like, I forget what they called it, but like the library, Pershing Square was like a cruising park. And if you go back and look at all the old pictures, mostly men there. And I also mentioned this, Pershing Square has had traditionally a high crime rate, and a lot of that crime rate was arresting gay people for being gay. So not as dangerous as it's made out to be. The one thing I'm thankful in spite of the heat is that I don't have any pit rings yet. I am wearing a black backpack. it's really crazy. When I learned that, it was about the same time as I watched The Exiles. So there's a scene in The Exiles. So this was a gay area where we are right now in Los Angeles, Pershing Square. So in The Exiles, it is not a, it's a movie about people coming to Los Angeles to start all over from a Native American reservation. Golly gee. Um, and so there's one scene when they go into a bar near Pershing Square, and there's clearly these are all real people. It's a semi-documentary. These are all real people, and there's clearly like a gay person in this bar being portrayed as a gay person. It was really weird for a movie from the 60s. A little peek at the Biltmore. We're gonna walk by the library, probably not gonna go in, although it would be really cool in there. We started our walk a little further up there by City Hall. I started my watch today. I'm at 5 miles. So the cool thing that we learned about this library last week that I didn't know is it's mostly a facade, because the original library, I guess, burnt down in the 80s or 90s. Somebody mentioned it on the chat. The Exiles. It's black and white. It's a kind of a slow burning tear jerker of a movie. The people are real in the movie. Like, they're real people. They're playing themselves. The movie wasn't released initially. Like, maybe it was released 2 or 3 years or 4 even after it was made. So no one kept track of these people. We have no idea what happened to the characters, who are all just struggling to survive. They do collect the scooters, and then they charge them, and then they drop them back off in the middle of the sidewalk so I could trip on them. I'm developing scooter shin, which is so many bruises on my shins from the scooters that it's just like extra tough skin. I'm surprised there's not something you could steal off that scooter and sell. Like, it's weird. It must cost like $1,000 to make that. Maybe not. But there should be like copper or metal or something you can like rip off of that. Like, I'm surprised more of them don't get stolen. I love it when people throw them in the canals, though. It's amazing. A couple years ago, we were so angry about the scooters being everywhere, and now they're just a part of our life. I've only ridden one once. We do have a gorgeous library. We went in the side door before. Let's poke in this way and see if we get kicked out. It's always a possibility. I said I wasn't going to come in here, but it's air conditioned, which always makes it nice. So this outside is old. Hiya. The only reason I rode I'm whispering because we're in the library. The only reason I rode the scooter was because it was Thanksgiving and the streets were empty. And it was a blast. Like, it was really kind of fun. People don't drive very carefully. So I usually avoid them. Modern library. Oh, we're not even walking out. We're walking further. I'm losing my signal, so we're going to head out. But I definitely... This is a court. really beautiful. I wish, let's see if we can get a little closer to the lantern. I don't want to lose the signal. We're having a great signal day today. Knock on wood, touch wood. There's no wood here. So I don't know how this really fits in with the old library. I didn't walk through the center last time. I actually made a 4K video in the library that I was going to put to the members channel, but I haven't done it yet. I felt like after I watched it, I needed to add a little more, maybe going into, like I just really stuck around the outside and in the center lobby here. I didn't go to where the books were, so I thought it was... I do want to take out a book though. So McGuire Gardens, we'll head towards the McGuire Gardens. I am dying to rent a book, to take out a book though. Thank you so much. So when I was researching little hidden gardens downtown, this McGuire Garden actually came up. I didn't include it on my hidden gardens videos that I put up for members, but it is kind of a cool place to chill. Much nicer than Pershing Square. Oh yeah, I was gonna say, I don't even have a DVD player, but I do. We have a Sony PlayStation 16 or whatever it's called. There is some way that when I first moved here, anytime I would drive downtown, I would accidentally end up on, this guy's got a stack of DVDs. Do you see that? Or they look like Betamax videotapes actually. I would like mess it up and end up driving down this street for some reason, which is a dead end right into the library. And I would get mad every time. But maybe I would swear. I don't know when that was ever open, maybe 1920. Must be dangerous not to walk through there. That lady was very sweet. I love when people look at me like I'm a tourist and allow me to take pictures. It is really reciprocal because I try to allow people the same courtesy because really they are most likely the tourist. There's a book on, I saw this guy on The Daily Show, right? Interviewed by Jon Stewart. It's about Apple in China. And it's a fascinating topic and story and explanation for why and how we got to where we are now. And so I really decided that that would be a book I would read this summer. Can I remember the name of it? No. Can I remember the guy who wrote it? No. But I know how to look it up. I also wrote it down somewhere. So Hope runs right into the library. Well, I heard the guy explain it to Jon Stewart, and it's insane. And it almost kind of, I'm using an iPhone, it almost kind of makes you hate Apple in a way. Because they kind of did it to the US. Anyway, that sounds like politics. I'll get back to you when I've read the book. I doubt it's a books on tape though. Oh, so nice breeze here. So I want to really quickly, this weekend for streams, I'm going to be streaming on Saturday for sure. Sunday I'm kind of, I'm on the fence about because it's gay pride. We were going to do the parade. My big fear is that I'm going to get a strike because there'll be something inappropriate showing. So I think I'm going to skip the Gay Pride Parade as a live stream and do something else a little earlier in the day. I will bring my 4K camera to the parade and get some G-rated material that I can turn into a members video for this week. But I still will be streaming on Sunday, just probably won't be doing the Pride Parade. I don't want to strike. I've been doing so good. It's like a month long. This is West Hollywood Gay Pride. So we also have Hollywood Pride, which is coming up, which is fun. I've been to with Joe. We've also been to the West Hollywood one. That'd be a little easier to like film without getting weird stuff in it. Not that the parade is any different. I think it's just a little less scintillating. I'm really pissed at the train that says celebrating Pride for 75 years in Los Angeles. Like, what are you trying to forget and erase by saying that? Is anybody that stupid to believe that we've been celebrating Pride for 75 years in this city? And we're liberal, but sorry, no soapbox today for you guys. You don't have to jump on my bandwagon. I'm a little put off by that. We can't deny the past. It feels like a cover-up. Like, I can't explain it, but it really feels like an erasure of history. It's not that big of a deal. Like, maybe someone, but like it really, when I saw that, I was like, 75 years. And before I got like a little irie about it, I looked it up to make sure I was correct. I'll give you guys Los Angeles. I'll give us 50 years of pride, 55 years of pride. 75, no. One of the first articles in the LA Weekly I ever read was about a man who was arrested for making out with his boyfriend behind a liquor store in 1965. He had a criminal record for his whole entire life, including 2004 or 2005 when I was reading this article, as a pedophile. They were both of age, consenting adults. That wasn't even 70 years ago, and I'm sure that's not the only story like that. Anyway, again, both a soapbox. The last soapbox thing is, never mind. All right, enough soapbox for Friday. We're gonna talk about fun stuff. So I don't know what we're gonna do tomorrow. I'm sure there are a couple events going on that we might be able to check out. I will definitely be live streaming around 12:1 on a Saturday afternoon. On Sunday, I'm gonna let you know on Saturday when I'm gonna be live streaming. Next Friday, we're gonna go to Chinatown and talk about what it meant to be a punk in the late 70s and early 80s there. A lot of cool punk history. Not so much mystery, but maybe I could add a little mystery to that. I just thought We talked about punk in Hollywood and what was happening there. Meanwhile, there were several other movements going on through punk movements in town, and that was one of them. Really be interesting to talk about it and explore. And I feel like some of you guys were part of that. So it would be great to hear some stories. The Tuesday member stream, I think, not member stream, members video is probably going to be a museum. The Ripley's Believe It or Not Auditorium. This month for members, I am definitely going on a bus tour. I budgeted that in for my month. So it's going to be some fun, me as a Hollywood tourist stuff for members. And then don't forget June 16th, the mystery, the glass owl mystery. If you solve it, we'll do another one. If you don't solve it, the glass owl has done a lot. So he has, or she has, other mysteries we can solve. June 5th, we are going to Universal at night. I believe it's June 5th. I forgot to mention that. I might post up about that today. Look, it's the block. Now that Macy's gone, it looks really empty. I was more a new waiver. All I can smell is Jollibee. Oh. Read my message above, Charlie. Lol. Oh. Oh, our Universal passes expire tomorrow. I didn't even know that. Oh, we'll do something. I didn't budget new Universal passes into my month. Anyway, we just renew them. I think it's probably cheaper to renew them. Anyway, thank you guys so much for joining me on this ice cream hunt today. I am almost to my train station, so I'm gonna start walking back in that direction. I do want to thank everybody for being here. If you haven't and you're just hanging out, please feel free to like, subscribe, and chat next time we're on. We love those likes and those chats and those subs. They're like a hug from the algorithm. So thank you, thank you. Also, one more fun thing, I really do want to thank our members that help support those little things we do on Tuesday, such as go to the Wax Museum, once with sound, once without sound. We'll be going to Ripley's Believe It or Not Auditorium and taking a Hollywood bus tour, all for members this month, and assorted other things. Mystery, I keep forgetting the mystery. The Glass Owl mystery. I'll be putting up a few more clues about that this weekend so you can follow along, and then a clue recap so it's not totally like, what the is going on? Anyway, I'm so tempted to go into Jollibee, the home of famous Chicken Joy. It really does smell joyful. It's an overwhelming fried chicken smell. Overwhelmingly delicious. It's so crazy, there are like 10 different entrances to this train station, and I always walk by them all and go back to the one I get off at. Today when I was walking to City Hall, or I got off the train at City Hall, I got off at a totally different block. I didn't even know where I was for a second. 'Twas weird. Anyway, have an awesome Friday night. If you're in LA, stay cool, drink water, drink ice cream. And if you're in DTLA, they are changing the flavors at Paradis, so get that baklava before it's gone. It was so delicious. So delicious. All right, I'm gonna go home and eat a salad now. Yeah. Right now, 59. Yeah, but it usually it gets a lot watched. I try to make it so it's not like so it's like timeless. So usually about 1,000 people watch it afterwards. It's all right. Thank you. I always exaggerate a little bit. Wait, it stops after J. Hold on. Let me do something. I really appreciate you all. I think it's gotten so long, it probably knocks them off. So here's my big thank you. Oh, it won't let me paste. Hold tight. It won't let me thank everybody. I don't know why it cut that off. Thank you for noticing. Um, I'm really embarrassed about that. So, sorry. It's the hardest thing to format ever. It shows. Let's try it one more time because I see everybody on there. Maybe I hit the wrong one. One more time. I'm going to watch it completely. Bye, everyone. Thank you so much. Big love to all our amazing members. You keep this whole thing moving every walk. Every corner of LA, every late night mystery owes a piece of itself to you. Let's give you the love, the shout out you deserve. Thanks to our Walk of Famers, Mel, James. Thanks to our urban explorer, Nautica. Thanks to our sidewalk surfers, amusing kitty cats on the roam. Barfly, Cecilia Watson, Chris Pagani, Cruz, DA, Don, Dory, EW, Emil, Fancy Plants, Gorge, Gosid, Jamie Schmidt, Jay Walker, Jen Claus, Joe. You're right, it does stop there. It's too long. It just like fizzled out. All of the names are on there. What a tragedy. I'm gonna fix that for sure. Or maybe we'll have a part 1 and 2. Crazy. Well, Joe, you're gonna have to help me fix that. Maybe that particular thing can only hold so many characters. I actually have it written down somewhere else. So I thought that I really do thank you all. Even people whose names end with letters that come after J. Like Mary. So here's my train stop. Thank you guys. We'll see you tomorrow. I'll be sure to have everybody's name up there to thank. I definitely know that you guys have the names past the J's in the members videos because I use a different program for that. I wish I could use that for this. Maybe I can. I'll figure that out. Have an awesome Friday. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.